Retro.
And welcome everybody to another episode of the Animanicast.
Being distracted by crooning Kringles for a full month of every year is unacceptable. I must put a stop to them. Pinky, are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I think so, Brain. But where am I supposed to get you? 5 golden rings!
Ho, 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 and welcome to another episode of the Animanicast. This, of course, is the podcast that's dedicated to the animated television series Animaniacs, as well as other shows within the Rueggerverse, such as Pinky the Brain, Tiny Toon Adventures, and Freakazoid. But today, we are talking about a very holly-jolly episode. We are talking about episode 35 of the Animaniacs Reboot. That's right, episode 9 of the third season. We're going to unpack all the cultural references and gags, and of course, in the end, we're going to give this episode of the Animaniacs Reboot a Water Tower rating. I am Joey, and joining me once again is my brother Nathan.
5 golden rings.
And across the country in Georgia, there's Kelly.
Hey, y'all.
Hi. Well, I'm very glad that we're all here and that Nathan is safe. Nathan, for those of you who do not know, is in Maui. He records from Maui. Mm-hmm. And we talked about it in our bonus audio on Patreon this week about how he's been pretty much unaffected, luckily.
Yeah, but you have to listen to it there, because I'm not going to say it again.
We're not going to go over a lot of stuff. But yes, we're glad that Nathan's here. We're glad we're all around, and we're going to be talking about this Animaniacs. Boy, this is a great way to cool down, I guess, right? Because you get to think, well, it's so hot. It's August when we're recording this of 2023, and it's just, it's unforgivingly hot. So why not? Let's do Christmas in August. Let's cool things down. Let me ask you something, guys. If someone were to ask you about this episode, just to summarize it in just a few words, what would you say, Nathan?
Oh, this is like an episode you should watch around like Halloween or Thanksgiving, or I don't know. It seems like a certain holiday you should probably watch it on. I don't know which one, but
you haven't put your finger on it yet.
Episode, yeah.
Arbor Day. And Kelly, what about you?
Muted.
You're muted. Kelly's muted.
This microphone, so sensitive. I'm always muting myself. No, I was saying it's a Christmas themed episode.
That's it.
There we go. Well, we're going to find out whether or not we all really like this episode, or whether we found this episode simple, pointless, and incredibly irritating.
Sorry.
It sucks again.
But before we do, we got to get to our fun February facts from February 17th. Nathan, what's our fun February facts theme song?
On the first day of February, my true love said to me, "Why not talk about February 17th theme facts?" Thank you.
I was really, really worried that we were going to have like 16 other verses of that song.
I know. I was like
oh no.
10 minutes later. Oh man. So yeah, we have a Christmas themed episode, and in honor of that, after a lot of time and effort, I confirmed Christmas has never landed on February 17th. And there we go.
Very good. Wow. That is shocking.
However, there are some other holidays. These are the daily holidays that fell on 2023. So here we go. Here's a couple of them. We have the Analog to Digital TV Day, whatever that means. Champion Crab Races Day. Champion Crab Races Day. There's My Way Day. There's National Cabbage Day. National Cafe a la This is like
What?
This is
I think it's Olay.
French.
Or
Olay, maybe?
Maybe.
It's French. I don't know. So there's National Caregivers Day. That's boring. Indian Pudding Day. That's exciting. PTA Founders Day. Public Science Day. The Acts of Kindness Day. Who Shall I Be Day. The Human Spirit Day. And World Information Architecture Day. That's really fun. Wow.
Did you find all these facts from the National Today?
Yeah, this is holidaysandobservances.com.
That's the site that I go to with my students when they want.
Oh, that's fun. And then since there was a thieving thing, there was a robbery that took place in 2012 where thieves raided a Greek museum that showcased the history of Olympics in the city of Olympia.
Oh,
they stole priceless artifacts. So I don't know.
When did that occur again?
That was in 2012.
Ooh, maybe they got some of those. Maybe museum. You know what? I just heard that the United States just found a bunch of stolen artifacts, and some of them were Greek things. So maybe some of that stuff got returned.
From February 17th on 2012. There you go, and that's your February 17th facts for the day.
Hooray! Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into our episode discussion, and it starts off with the music, of course, the theme song we're all used to, but it's just like in the original series. It's Christmas themed. We have a lot of sleigh bells, and we have snow, and a lot of other kind of, I don't know how else to say that, kind of like toy kind of sounding things going on. It sounded pretty cool and looked pretty cool.
They lock us in the tower whenever we get caught, but we break loose and then we're loose, and now you know the plot. We're Animaniacs.
And then it has, of course, the variable verse, Socks a Gainy.
Socks a Gainy.
They really should have done Citizen Caney. Because that's the one they always did when they did the snow.
That's true. Yes.
But every one of these episodes is one thing. They've always had a new variable verse, which that's something we could say about this reboot. I think they've not repeated a variable verse.
I would have loved them to do "Here's the Show's Namey" one time, just because it was just reanimate that or so. You know what I mean? You're almost reanimating so much of the original theme song and a lot of bits of this. So why not do just as a salute to the original? Here's the show's Namey. Why not? One time. Oh, well, they never did. I don't think we have one more episode to watch, but I don't think they do. Well, what did you guys think about the theme song when it was all? Because I'll be honest, I'm getting to towards the end of the series here, and I'm kind of skipping past the Animaniacs theme song a lot now. I
skipped it. I saw it. Oh, it's snowing. Okay. I skipped it.
Oh, see, I was like, you know what? I'm going to look, because after meeting Steve and Julie Bernstein now, I'm like super tuned into the music more now. I'm like, I know these people. I'm going to really listen to what they did and appreciate it more. And I did. I really did appreciate it. I thought it sounded really cool. I liked it. It was like doing all that kind of fun stuff. Nathan, what did you think?
I liked it. I think they did that before, right? Wasn't there another Christmas episode? Or is this
there was first? Christmas where
it was a Halloween episode or something. I know they've changed. They changed the thing.
You're saying
they
like
did a Halloween.
Yeah, for the reboot. Yes. Yeah. They did to kind of a spookier kind of version. I think.
Yeah, I do appreciate when they make little like changes. I'm trying to think of in the reboot. This is the first Christmas episode in the reboot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't think of another one off the top of my head.
Because I know there's like 3 in the original series, right? About 2, 3. There's at least 3, right?
Well, it was nice that they took it to the next level, though, music-wise, I think. Instead of just ching, ching, ching with the sleigh bells.
Yeah.
And I
think some cowbells and...
Yeah, cowbells and different... it sounded like... like the... I don't know, almost like what you would hear, like... in like the Nutcracker Suite or something, those kind of little sound effect kind of things that they do, ratchety sounds, to make it sound like elves are building stuff or something. So I don't know. I dug it.
Yeah.
It made me smile. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the song. That's the thing. That was cool. But then we get to our first major segment right here, and it's Pinky and the Brain, and they don't show the theme song They don't show the intro theme song for this.
Hey, that's great.
It just goes right to the title card. And it's split into 2 parts. But we're going to talk about both parts all together because it just makes more sense for us to do that. So, this is called How the Brain Thieved Christmas, Parts 1 and 2. And How the Brain Thieved Christmas was written by Timothy Nash and Lucas Crandalls, and it was directed by Matthew Yang. Nathan, why don't you tell us what the heck happens here and How the Brain Thieved Christmas?
Okay, well, we see a science lab, and all the scientists are like drunk and partying, and they're all singing Christmas carols. It's Christmas time. I don't know if it's Christmas. I mean, I guess we're a couple days away from Christmas. I don't know, but the brain is sneaking in. The guard is passed out. He uses his hand to open up the door, and he's gonna steal some sort of like neutron thingy. I don't know what this is. He doesn't even know what it is. But
he's having trouble focusing as well, finding out.
Yeah,
exactly. What this is
so
for.
he gets it, but then he's like, "Oh, I thought something was going to surprise me and make me drop it." And then I think he drops out and surprises him and makes him drop it. And yeah, it breaks. And then he's so upset. He's so mad. He's like, "This is all because of Christmas. I'm going to thieve Christmas. I'm going to make Christmas a problem." Because he doesn't know why he's stealing this. He's gone completely insane. And this genius Pinky there. No.
I can't remember. This not good singing has breaking my brain.
No. So he's going to try to figure out what the next big toy is, because he's going to use that to steal Christmas. Like, he's never done this before. He's never gone for Christmas trying to make a popular toy for kids to have.
Didn't we already do a Christmas-based plot in the Emmy Award-winning special, A Pinky and the Brain Christmas?
So yeah, he's trying to think of what other popular toys in the past were, which is like yo-yos and hula hoops and fidget spinners, and they're all annoying. And he's like, okay, I need something that's annoying and pointless. And Pinky's annoying him, and he's like, you, Pinky, you're the most annoying and pointless. And he's gonna make a toy out of Pinky.
Pinky, are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I think so, Brain. But if love is all we need, then why do I still have to go to the bathroom?
So he starts to produce it. He's having issues, though, because the Pinky is either too dumb or too smart or too meta. And then he decides to actually copy Pinky's brain cells. And that's what so he's got that in the machine, and now he's mass producing it. And I think there we cut to the next cartoon. I think that's right for the end of part 1.
I believe so. Yeah. They do deswolify. They have a whole toy thing, right? That's in part 1.
He ends up. Yeah, he's mass produced it, but it doesn't get. I don't think they show it being really popular until part 2.
Right. Then they get to part 2. Okay.
Popular. Oh man, everyone wants this. It's called the Pointy. I think instead of Pinky.
Pointy Pinky. Pointy.
Yeah,
Pinky.
the Pointy Pinky. It's it looks exactly like Pinky. It sounds like Pinky. It's just Pinky. It's got his brain. It's got everything,
Did they really explain why kids like... I wish it seems like we kind of missed out to the fact of why... I mean, I know they said it's useless and pointless and all that stuff and annoying.
That's why.
But I wish they had a moment, or it seems like they kind of missed a scene where, I don't know, kids were shown actually wanting it and it was annoying their parents or something. You know what I mean? It just, but like, all of a sudden it's really popular.
It's really annoying. The parents aren't going to want to get it anyway. So I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, Tickle Me Elmo was very annoying, but very, very popular. I'm actually surprised they didn't bring that up as one of, or at least a similar kind of toy. Because,
a parody of Tickle Me something,
Right. Yeah, because like you're showing all those, essentially like a stocking stuffer gift these days, like a fidget spinner, and like those aren't equivalent to a doll to me. But anyway, exactly. I thought they kind of missed like a scene. Like, should they show? But whatever. Okay, really popular. It's shipping out in mass
it's
quantities.
On the news. The news are saying it's popular, and so it is. It's really popular. Everyone's buying one. And And yeah, so Brain's plan seems to be working because now he's like, all right, it's time to thieve Christmas. So he pushes a button on a little remote and it says thieve or steal. I can't remember. All the pointy pinkies come to life and are stealing all the presents from underneath the tree and bringing them to the Acme Labs. And so everyone wakes up the next morning and like, oh, all our gifts are gone. Christmas is ruined, but there's one little girl, which is so cute, and she's singing Silent Night despite the fact all of the presents are gone.
This had better not inspire some kind of cliched anti-consumerist sing-along.
Hey, everybody! There's a small girl singing!
Oh! Should we join her in a righteous moral stand against the commercialization of Christmas?
A solo singer? Nah, for me it's choir or bust. Back inside, everyone.
Pinky doesn't care. Pinky runs out and he joins her. But Brain's like, fine, whatever. I don't need you to steal Christmas. I've got the pointy pinkies. And they're all coming. But they also hear the little girl singing. So instead of throwing the presents in the fire like they're supposed to, they go running out to go sing with the little girl. And it's just so adorable. And the whole town now is running out to sing Silent Night with the little girl. They now don't care that they've lost all their presents. But Brain's still like, fine, you know what? I'm going to still burn these presents. So he burns a couple and then he finds one. And he's like, oh, this one's addressed to me, the Brain. Oh, what could this be?
And little Timmy will have to do without his building bricks. And as for little Brain? Well, I wonder what we've got this year. Another mug with Pinky's face on it? Or another perfectly stable particle of antimatter suspended in a vacuum-sealed anti-proton trap?
It turns out to be the particle collider or whatever it was that he wanted to get at the beginning of the episode. Pinky somehow found another one. So he comes out and he sings the last verse of Silent Night.
Sleep in heavenly peace.
He then gives Pinky a present, which was his very own pointy pinky. But that pointy pinky then scares the Brain, which makes him drop the particle, and it breaks and destroys a pointy pinky also. But they're going to do what they do on every Boxing Day next, is drink a lot of eggnog and then try to take over the world. So.
Yeah. Boxing Day. Go. Ha ha ha. Well, it comes to references. There's a lot of traditional Christmas songs that are sung in this. I actually was kind of pleased, I guess, with that, and the fact that it was in that it was kind of like a traditional Animaniacs Christmas episode in a way, because they weren't joking at those carols. They were just, I mean, obviously there's the check the stalls for hanky panky kind of thing that the Pinky's singing is a kind of a parody lyric, but you know, the stuff that she's singing, the Silent Night and everything, that's just playing it normal. That was interesting. It kind of felt reminiscent, I guess you could say, of things like Little Drummer Warners or something like that, where they're not trying to necessarily be overly silly. They're just, no, this is the song. This is Christmas time, and this is the song for it. There was, the reference wise, it's not too. I mean, there was a cool vocabulary word that I learned. The Brain called them jobbernowls, I believe is how you pronounce it. And I had to look that up. A jobbernowl is like a person with an oddly shaped head, almost like kind of like a blockhead.
They did have weird shaped heads.
Yeah, well, every human does in this one. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
But it's a stupid person, basically. So, I mean, you could get that from context clues. But yes, jobbernowl. I thought, okay, that's kind of a cool word. Let's see. But they're kind of references. I mean, he kind of referenced, the stupidity of people who, their argument against evolution might be that if we came from monkeys, why are there still monkeys?
Yeah, and so that's even too stupid for Pinky, apparently.
It's too stupid for Pinky, even. So take that. But yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, it's referencing Christmas. It's referencing toys.
And, Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh yeah, and the Grinch Stole Christmas. I guess that's a big thing. It's such a big thing that I didn't even mention it. Yes, this is the parody, or at least a salute in some way to The Grinch Stole Christmas. So we have a lot of smiling, the sleigh at the end.
People look like Whoville people.
Right.
You know?
They're referencing like how little Cindy Lou Who would go out and sing as a lesson to anti-consumerism kind of thing. That who needs presents? Yeah, and of course the sleigh at the end was very much like the Grinch's sleigh, except it threw pointy pinkies at everybody.
Mm-hmm. And it started throwing it too hard at some people.
Yeah, it was a little too violent.
Too aggressive, yeah.
But that's about all the references I can think of. Is there anything else, Nathan, that I'm missing?
Maybe when he says cast them into the fire, it could be a
I
Lord
saw
of
that
the
on the
Rings
wiki.
reference.
And it's
maybe.
Yeah, they were on the wiki. They're saying it's kind of cast them into the fire and destroy them as a reference to Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, which maybe I've only seen those films one time, so I'll take your word for it. Nathan, you just listened to the audiobook. Do you remember that at all?
Probably. I don't know. By the end, you're like, the last 4 hours of the book, I'm like, oh my gosh, they've already destroyed the ring. Why is it still going?
Well, I'm glad they captured that feeling in the movie where you're like,
oh yeah, they go,
the end. Just kidding.
Yeah, Andy Serkis goes on and does like, oh, and then here's some more things that were added after he wrote the book, and I'm like, oh
you're
my gosh,
kidding me, really?
Things? Like, yeah,
wow,
post things. And I'm like, okay.
Oh no.
So Andy Serkis reads the book.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. He's going to be at Dragon Con for like a day, I think.
Ooh,
that's cool.
I would like to meet Andy Serkis one of these days. Like, yeah. Anywho. Let's talk about some of the things you might have enjoyed from this first cartoon. Kelly, let's start with you. You notice anything in this first cartoon you enjoyed seeing? She's making an expression, ladies and gentlemen, where she's trying very hard.
I'm trying to think. I like Brain's little hat. Like his little Mission Impossible hat or whatever.
I barely even remember that hat.
It was like this little black hat. Like he was kind of dressed like a
Is that the beginning of the episode?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
I feel like he put it back on towards the end, but
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he looks like he was about to do a secret spy mission kind of thing.
Nathan, what about you?
I liked that when Pinky is messing up the brain when he's trying to make pointy pinkies. I don't know. He's like doing his own little eating the fur and things like that. I don't know. He's just being annoying to Brain is kind of fun. I don't know. I like that Brain's finds Pinky attractive apparently because he's saying don't be seductive.
Yeah, stop being so seductive.
And make that Pinky less handsome or something.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah,
muscular
not
Pinky.
so swole. Deswallify him.
So, yeah.
Which that swole Pinky does show up at the end.
Yeah, no,
so he was still created.
He got through quality control or something. I don't know.
That's the variant one. Very collectible.
Yeah. I don't know. It was fine. Did we mention the meta joke? That was...
Oh, the meta joke meaning that we've kind of done this before with except much, much better.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about things that we liked.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know it's always weird when they reference to that kind of stuff. Like we've done this before. It's like, yeah, we know. Stuff it's like don't bring that
Emmy
up.
Award-winning
Don't remind
episode.
me of the Emmy Award-winning one. Like you're not doing that. This is not going to be an Emmy Award-winning one. This is not going to be a repeat. Well, I wrote down a bunch of stuff that I liked because I took notes, and there's little moments I liked a lot. Like just at the beginning when the Brain is doing his Mission Impossible thing, and Pinky's head kind of slowly rises up, kind of behind him, like kind of a goofy expression. I thought that was funny. That made me smile, and there was some really great animation and a portrayal by Maurice LaMarche where he's, I think, telling Pinky, will you close your mouth?
Simple, pointless, Irritating. Simple, pointless, irritate. Would you close your mouth when you chew, you masticating malcontent?
I did think the desqualify thing was kind of funny, and the news station was called Exposition News. I was like, okay, that's something. And I did like the part where the pointy pinkies are breaking into the houses, and one of them steals the presents from this little girl, and the little girl looks at her apple juice and pours it out like it's booze or something like that. That made me smile and laugh because I've seen that.
I was like, yeah,
it's so many.
I was like, was she bringing apple juice to Santa? I was so confused. I was
Yeah,
like,
that was at first you think like, yeah, why
Santa?
was she? Yeah, I was a little confused at that at first too, but I was like, oh, I see. They're doing the whole no more booze for me joke, except with apple juice. Like, okay, that's clever.
I felt sorry for some of these houses where it was like one thing that he steals was one ornament on the tree, and yourself, like, you're the present. You're already stealing like the main gift, pointy pinky. Just by you walking out of the house.
That's a good point. You're the most popular by you just leaving.
Yeah.
That's what they should have. That's what the brain should have done. Just had them all walk into the fire at the end.
It's like,
you're the present. Very dark.
Yeah. Oh
now God. You all die.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping to see, even though it would not make any sense. It was when he had that present, of course, and I wanted to see that keychain again. It's just funny how the Pinky the Brain Christmas is so good. The original one is just such a masterpiece of like silly stuff throughout, and has such heart to it. And there's elements of like sincerity in this Pinky the Brain, but there's some silly moments, but it seems like time, like the amount that you could, you have a lot of plot invested in this, but there's not a lot. That's, I think, one of the biggest things I have the problems with the Animaniacs reboot. It's like, shouldn't this be funnier? Shouldn't I be laughing like time wise in this minute, 2-3 minute span? Shouldn't I be chuckling more than I have been instead of just nodding my head and smiling or something like that? I don't know. Is that too much to ask? Maybe it is. But that's first cartoon right there. Unless there's anything else to discuss about that.
I wanted to bring up, so he's talking about like the most famous toys of all time or whatever.
Yes.
And I was maybe just in the generation of which I was born, but I was thinking immediately like Cabbage Patch Dolls and Tamagotchis, because when I saw the little egg, I thought it was going to be like a Tamagotchi. And
Furby, I thought.
Yeah. And it's like stuff from like the 50s.
Yeah.
So, and I love a hula
except
hoop.
for the fidget
hula hoops
spinner.
are amazing. But yeah, the fidget spinner was kind of out of left field compared to the other stuff. Because I guess the Slinkies were sort of like early 80s. We had
the
one.
Slinkies were old. The Slinkies are like 60s.
I think they probably rated in it,
Well, they like marketed or remarketed it back.
I remember my dad had a Slinky in his.
They last all of 5 minutes because you.
I don't know why, but my grandparents had. I don't know how my
you get the
aunt
old. The original ones, they knew how to make them right.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. They were thick. They were like I distinctly remember.
Yeah, it was like
on Granddaddy's.
We had the metal one, but it always got tangled up. Yeah. Maybe we just didn't know how to work a Slinky.
Well, yeah, I think it does. I think it does help to have the thicker metal too.
Yeah, those thick those retro Slinkies. I mean, I remember playing with that other one for a long time, and tangling it up, and then having to untangle it, and it still worked. I tell you, they knew how to make them back in the 60s. If you ever go to an antique store, get a Slinky.
The original invention was in 1943 or something.
Wow. See, there you go. In the 80s, they were all plastic, and they would snap and break. And
thin metal, and then they bend and be.
I think we had the thin metal one because they really were flimsy.
I had a Slinky once, but I straightened it.
Like aluminum, and it's just like...
Yeah. If you got my Ghostbusters 2 reference, then good for you. Okay. Kelly's like, nope, I didn't. Egon did that.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
It's been a long time since I've listened to anything Joey says.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Wah, wah. Okay, well, let's move on to a Santa-centered episode. Yeah, Santamaniacs.
A Christmas one.
Santamaniacs was also written by Timothy Nash and Lucas Crandalls, and it was also directed by Michael Yang. These three.
Matthew. Wasn't it Matthew?
Did I say Matthew? What did I say?
You said Michael.
Else. Michael, Matthew. You know what? Look, I like to call him Michael, but you might all know him as Matthew Yang. You know, hey, I call him Michael.
They did
Matthew
all
Yang.
3 segments. Yeah.
Yeah, they did it all. So there you go. They were in a very festive mood. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, Kelly, why don't you tell us what happens here in Santamaniacs?
Okay, well, the Warner siblings, it's Christmas, and they don't have any presents under their tree. So they do what the Warners do, and they go and seek out Santa Claus at the North Pole. And he's just hanging out, sitting in his chair, and he's kind of burnt out. He's burnt out, and he's tired of all the complaints and the Karens and people just not liking their presents.
Dear Santa, you got me the wrong model of smartphone. Dear Santa, do you really expect me to play my new console on a TV that isn't UHD compatible? Dear Santa, coal is killing the planet, you monster!
They're just dumb, entitled kids.
That last one is from you?
So he's wanting to take a break. And so they're like, what about all the presents for the kids and stuff? And he says that, why don't you do it? I mean, you're here. You can do it. So they have this whole song, that's kind of talking about, well, they could help him, and then it gets really into, they'd have to work the reindeer so hard to get the speed, and I don't know, basically the reindeer would explode or something horrible or burn up to death. It's basically what I got.
The sonic boom would work its way through Dasher, Donner, Dancer, soon engulfing Cupid, Comet, Santa. This can't be the answer. See, the last thing that we'd want to do is make the reindeer yell.
We could try to do it, Santa, but we think we'd need your help.
Exploding reindeer is a risk I'm willing to take.
That's one cranky Kringle.
The physics of it is just impossible. So I guess they don't have that magic Santa touch where they can do it all in one night. And so Santa gets really tired of them singing because it's kind of a long song, really. It goes on for a while. And he wants them to stop singing. And so he's like, fine, I'll do it. And they get into the sleigh, and he's in the front and they're in the back, and they're dressed like elves, and they continue to sing. And he's just like, please stop singing.
And I heard him exclaim over sleigh bells are ringing.
Happy Christmas to all. And will you please stop singing?
And that was about it. And, there were no Rudolph references from the Rankin Bass production in there. So I was sad.
And no, not one dentist elf was mentioned.
Nope.
So
that was sad.
Disappointed. Well, let's look at the references in this one right here. I guess the main reference says there's a guy named Santa, and he lives in the North Pole. There's some stuff in the song though that's of note, I believe. Yakko wears. They reference Yakko's World again. I don't know if you guys ever heard this Yakko's World thing, but the reboot knows that it exists, and they want you to know that they know it exists.
I got that.
Yeah. So they reference Yakko's World again. There's also a little Edward Snowden reference.
See, there's just no way just spy on all those kids all by ourselves. So we'd have to form an agency from all your worker elves. With a team of thousands, sure, maybe we could handle the load. Then one would surely blow the whistle, though our own house, Edward Snowden.
Is Edward Snowden still in Russia? I don't even know where that guy is.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. So anywho, yeah. There you go. They reference Hello Nurse and Minerva Mink. They've been a lot less naughty on the show.
They even show them.
They show Hello Nurse, who looks kind of odd in this the reboot style. She looks like a Bratz doll to me, more than anything. Maybe her lips aren't big enough for a Bratz doll, but she still looks a little. I don't know. The model of her is a little bit off, in my opinion. But they also reference Yakko being lactose intolerant, which of course was just a quick little silly gag at the end of the tower gag at the end of one episode.
25 or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Right. But that became a huge meme in the I think it was more referencing something in the Animaniacs community.
In the fan fiction?
Yeah, kind of a fan fiction thing. It was a fan fiction by Mimi0204, according to the Wikipedia, called Big Brother's Responsibility. And we almost talked about that, I think, at one point, because we were doing the podcast and it became such a thing. But I believe I asked online, should we even talk about this? And people said, please, dear God, no.
Yay, I'm glad we didn't, because I don't want to know what that is.
At least you got responses. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
It's nice to get feedback.
Yeah, I know. Hey, we got feedback. People said, please don't do that. And I could understand why. I mean, it really got, I remember the Animanicast Twitter feed was just overrun with just pictures of Yakko drinking milk and finding himself sick. It was, I never really found any of it funny, but you know how some memes are. It's not necessarily even funny. It's like, look, I'm doing the same thing that other person did. Get it? Because they did that. That's how a lot of memes are, in my opinion. Not that they're necessarily funny, but people are like, aha, I get it because of that thing. But that's pretty much it for references, I believe. Unless, Nathan, you know of any major ones that I'm forgetting.
I'm just looking to see how much milk and cookies Santa has to eat and comparing it to the song. It's 71 billion calories over the night, which is 40.4 billion calories from milk. And if you had one cookie a piece at each house, it'd be about 30.9 billion calories from cookies. So
I wonder how much they did actually computation. Nathan, you're the math major.
I don't know. I need to go to it seemed like they were off because they were going like, oh, we'd be heavier than the sun. And I was like, okay, no, you have a conservation of mass. So like you're not eating more mass than the mass is on the earth.
The sun is a mass of incandescent gas.
Yeah.
Which
Exactly.
I can take nuclear
Well, it's a
furnace.
miasma of incandescent plasma.
Yes, the more updated They Might Be Giants song.
Oh, well.
They corrected themselves.
I like the OG.
Yeah, and that OG They Might Be Giants is from an OG 1950s song. That's how OG that song is. Yeah. Look, if you don't know what we're talking about, folks, I'm sorry. But is there any moments in this, Nathan? You know what? There's one more thing that might be a reference. Who's the guy who plays J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man? I forget his name. You guys know the actor I'm talking about now?
I don't remember.
J. Jonah Jameson actor. It's J.K. Simmons. Okay, there was a thing a few years ago where it was J.K. Simmons showing him working out or something like that, and I swear it looked like this Santa, but kind of like this workout,
buff
this
Santa.
Buff Santa. Let me see here. I'm going to say.
Doesn't he say Great Caesar's Ghost? Or no, was that in the Pinky and the Brain one? One of the episodes that we just watched, somebody said Great Caesar's Ghost, and I thought that was the dude from Spider-Man.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
But
the voice of Santa on this was John DiMaggio.
John DiMaggio.
Yeah, which
watched
he's
the new
voiced
season
Santa before.
Yeah. Well, in Futurama.
Yeah, there's 2 episodes he does.
Whom I love.
Originally John Goodman.
I think John Goodman does the better Santa robot.
But
personally.
he didn't come back, right? He only did the one episode, right? So John DiMaggio did it more.
It's true. So they changed his programming slightly, and his voice changed. By the way, we talk about Futurama in the bonus audio. And if you want to learn more about Nathan and me, our opinion about it, then listen to the bonus audio on Patreon. Spoiler alert, we like it, but we're not going to tell you the reasons why. Ooh, that's the tease to get you to go.
No, and the thing will tell you why, but not
exactly. We'll tell you we like it, but why? You have to listen. Haha.
All right. My bad. The Great Caesar's Ghost, I just looked it up. It's from Superman, so I guess it's the newspaper guy or the boss is Superman. Yeah, but for some reason I was thinking it was the guy from Spider-Man.
You know, they're very similar. I do remember as a kid, though, I always thought J. Jonah Jameson was like, I never understood, because as a kid, everybody now knows Peter Parker, and he is a newspaper reporter and everything. As a kid, just kind of watching the cartoon off and on and not really paying attention because I'm 5 years old. I never understood who this guy was, and he kept yelling at. I was like, "Is this the big
random
bad guy?
other person?" Yeah.
Why is this guy so mad?
Wasn't he just a photographer though?
Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson's the editor, and
Peter Parker.
I want pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he looks like you look up J.K. Simmons' workout, and I'm telling you, folks, he looks like Buff Santa.
I've seen the.
You know.
I think I remember when those came out.
Yeah, it's creepy how Buff he is. Anywho, Kelly, what did you like about this Santa thing? Because there's no Rudolph.
Yeah. I like the reference to Yakko's World.
There you go. And Nathan, anything else that you appreciated in this?
I appreciate the science that they were going through, although it's like I guess it's like, this is how amazing Santa is because he does all these things and no one else could. But also it's like, why is Santa not doing it?
Why did they never really mention the fact that this is now a day after Christmas? This is like Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna, like, in real life Christmas specials, like a Netflix.
Santa can go back in time.
That's what I was hoping they would, like, they're gonna say, okay, now we have to go back in time and save it because Santa missed Christmas. I think that's like, this is the whole plot of a lot of Christmas movies. Is the year Santa was not able to deliver gifts, and this was it's always a huge deal. And this Animaniacs,
this time it happened before
it
the
happened,
episode
and
even started.
We'll just do it the next day. Who cares?
Yeah, no.
It's like,
I thought
really?
maybe it would. I thought maybe Christmas just happens on different days. Just whenever Santa does it. So that's why I was like, maybe it happened on February 17th once. But,
he's like, birth of Christ, my holly butt, or I don't know. What do you would say?
Christ probably wasn't born on December.
That's true.
25th.
He might have been born in. He might have been
in the summer.
Yeah, he could have been born in August.
Because there's shepherds on the fields. Why are they? They're not out there in the December in the winter.
Yeah, it's the Middle East. It's warm all the time, isn't it? I don't know.
They go out they would be out in the spring or summer. So
sure. There you go. Taking a pagan holiday and making it our own. All right. Well, there was a couple more. I think we mentioned all the major things I could have appreciated in this, but there's a couple more references. I'm just looking at my notes. Hey, the Wacko did kind of a SpongeBob rainbow kind of meme thing when he spread his hands out. That was a reference to a meme. Mm-hmm. And there was kind of a running gag more than anything. There's this director in the Warner Brothers lot
at the beginning, mm-hmm.
and he screams. He's in one episode every season at least. Yeah. So. And he always goes, ah! If you're looking for that, well, it happened. The director made a scream. There you go. Well, let's go ahead and get to our Water Tower rating. Okay, out of 5 Water Towers, how many would you give this episode of the Animaniacs Reboot? Kelly, let's start with you.
I'm gonna go 2. I just didn't find either segment really interesting, and then when they pulled out the homage to the Grinch, I got tired of the Grinch in elementary school because they played it over and over and over again, like in every class, all the time. So it's overdone.
I never even watched the Jim Carrey movie all the way through.
Oh no, I didn't either. I didn't even know. And so I just no.
Which Jim Carrey? No,
the Grinch movie.
The other green guy he played.
So I just
Oh.
didn't. I just didn't find it funny.
All right, Nathan, what do you think?
I also gave it a 2 because it's not even Christmas. What am I watching this for? No, it was fine. I've seen better Christmas specials, and
Rudolph.
Pinky the Brain being one of them. And
Oh,
yeah,
oh, we're talking about cartoons.
Hey, Rudolph is still a cartoon.
I mean,
true.
you're talking to somebody. I had a Siberian Husky named Yukon Cornelius, so you know, kind of a fan.
And he would always
Yeah,
lick things and go, nothing.
The Grinch parody has been played out a bit. You know, there's been.
Well,
And
I'm-
also,
Oh.
this thing was also played out because they've already done the exact same thing in the last time they did.
That's true.
All right.
Well, and it was long. It was a longer episode. It was 25 minutes, where a lot of these episodes are 22, 23. Anyway.
It wasn't 25 if you fast forwarded through the opening.
I'm actually going to flip. I usually go around the same. I'm actually going to go higher than you two.
Oh, what?
I'm going to say 3. Oh,
Wow.
because it was
'Cause they didn't do the
reminiscent.
Pinky in the Brain.
It was reminiscent of classic episodes to me. It had more of a heart to it than even though the Warner's one was the song I didn't really like, and yeah, like I said, it wasn't that necessarily funny. Again, I kind of I appreciated more of what they were doing in this one compared to many of the episodes of the reboot. So I'm going to say a 3. I almost said 3.5, but I was like, nah, 3.5. After talking about it some more, I was like, nah, not 3.5, but 3. A decent. It's actually one of my. I would say, in my opinion, one of the stronger episodes of the reboot for me so far. So that's just my opinion. Well, before we get going, I gotta pull up my Kindle because we got. That's right. Hey,
Oh, he's already asleep.
I gotta go to bed.
then this will be a short trivia thing because Kelly will be asleep through a lot of it. We're gonna do some water tower trivia. Okay. We're going to Kelly first. By the way, you guys tied last time. Do you guys realize that? It's true.
Yeah, I heard. The announcer told me.
Yeah, the announcer.
He called me after the show.
Oh, he called you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He didn't call me.
Well, I'm not surprised. That guy's a jerk. Okay, well, we're going to go to the next quiz, and you guys... Kelly,
Quiz me quick.
Quiz me quick. Fill in the blank, Kelly. Bulgaria, Saudi Arabia, Hungary, Cyprus, blank,
Iraq and
blank.
Iran.
Iraq. You're right. It was Iraq.
Iraq. Iraq and Iran.
Iraq and
Iraq,
Iran.
Iran.
Kelly gets a point. Okay, number 2 for Nathan. What did the critics bribe Skippy to get in? What did the critics? This must be.
Is that the question?
In critical, yeah. I read these.
Okay.
Technically, they said
What
technically
did
there's the wrong tense of bribe. It says, "What did the critics bribed Skippy with to get in?"
That's why copy
I can't
editors
remember.
exist.
Yeah. I'll say butter for their popcorns. I can't remember.
No, that's what
I
they
know,
put
I
on
can't-
there from his gut. It was just money.
Oh, Kelly was supposed to.
Oh, that's true. Well, we're
It's
doing
fine.
lightning round.
I didn't know.
Yeah, we're doing lightning round anyway. Okay, so Kelly has a point. Nathan has nothing. All
I
right.
got none.
Isaac Newton.
Oh, this one's an easy one, Kelly.
Isaac Newt. Wait. Isaac Newt. Heavy.
On whose statue did the Goodfeathers often perch?
The person on Scorsese statue.
Yeah, Martin Scorsese. Kelly gets another point.
Woohoo.
All right. Nathan, what is the last word Yakko sings in all the words in the English language? Ooh,
But
I'll
it
give you a
starts
clue.
with
It
a
starts
Z.
with a Z.
Yeah, I was like, it starts with a Z. I'll say.
No, that would make sense, but it's not.
Kelly, do you want to steal?
Any guess, Kelly?
Zebulon.
I thought you were going to say it for a second. It's Zaire.
Oh.
Zaire. All right. Okay. What was the name of the... This is to Kelly. What was the name of the rooster that's constantly disguised as a human. Kelly's going to run away with this one.
Chicken Boo.
Chicken Boo. This is good though because Kelly's sleepy, but we're giving her easy questions, so this is good. We're not okay. Nathan, which of these does only Wacko Warner Which of these does only Wacko Warner sing about? There's no choices.
No, there's no choices. Okay. Which of these does only Wacko Warner sing about? I'll say the states' capitals.
You're right. There you go.
Woo-hoo.
50 states and their capitals.
Yay.
Very good. Back to see what would this trivia book be like without numerous things about Yakko's world? More about Yakko's world. There's Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, both blank, Kuwait and Bahrain. Both what? What? Does he say both?
Both and now one. Both.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan.
Both. Blah, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah,
I'm
blah.
blanking on it because now I've got both in my head, and I don't.
Yeah, for some reason I don't remember him saying both, but I guess he does.
I feel like Yemen goes in there.
You're right.
Okay.
Although technically he wrote Yemen's, so I say he. Could be a girl. I don't know. I think it's a guy. I think a guy wrote this thing.
I think it was you. All right.
I didn't write this. Okay. Finish the lyric, Nathan. United States, Canada. Oh, we're back to the beginning again.
Mexico, Panama. I remember it now.
Panama, Haiti, Jamaica.
Peru.
Very good, Nathan.
Yeah.
Republic Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador, too.
Okay. To Kelly. Who does Dr. Scratch and Sniff call into his office for help?
Hello, nurse.
That's right. And final question for Nathan.
Ooh. No way I can win.
Final question. Which character from Tiny Toon Adventures made a cameo appearance? Well, there's a few.
I'll say Lucky Duck.
That's a good guess, but that's what I would have guessed too, but that's not what this person.
That's not the answer.
No. I'll give, this is not for a point, Kelly, because you already won. But I'll see if you can. I believe the cameo that this person is talking about. Wait, maybe it doesn't. I'm trying to think what episode they're referring to. And my first gut instinct was to say Wally Llama, but
Wally Llama.
It's not. I don't think it's Wally Llama. I think a character that's based upon.
I'll say Elmira.
That's another good guess. No.
Oh, that's
Buster and Babs. No.
Dizzy Devil.
No. Yeah, he appeared, but no. Shirley the Loon.
That's taking me.
Does she appear in? I know. Shirley MacLaine shows up in Wally Llama, but I don't think
she does. Yeah.
I don't think she shows up in Wally Llama. I was thinking Shirley MacLaine, which is, of course, the inspiration for Shirley the Loon.
Shirley MacLaine.
Well, there you go. There's Water Tower Trivia, and I think we can say without a doubt that yes, Kelly won this round, and she's tired. She's sleep deprived, and she still won. So congratulations, Kelly. Woo.
I'm exhausted. I'm only getting like 5 hours of sleep a night. So
me too.
Me too.
Really? Okay.
Hey,
but it's a lot earlier where we are. So
yeah. Well,
but by 10:30, I'm passing out.
Yeah.
I wish. I'm trying to sleep. I don't like fall asleep till like 2. So I just like listen to true crime podcasts about murder, trying to relax and go to sleep, and it's not working like it normally does, y'all.
Well, whenever you want to, this is just a recommendation for our listeners out there. Whenever you're sleep deprived, listen to our podcast. Yeah, you'll fall right asleep. Hey, let's plug something right here that we haven't talked about for a while, which is Nathan pointed out we had an Apple Podcast review.
Oh yeah,
and if you ever want to do, hey. They don't help at all with listenership or anything, but they're super nice to do. And for those people
we
checking,
get a big rush when we read.
We like them. We like seeing positive reviews. It makes us happy. And so I shared this on social media. But whoa!
What?
I just turned on music. Okay, let me try reset myself. Okay. So I shared this on social media, but it says totally insane. We are listening through this podcast again from the beginning, it makes all road trips better. It makes going to work better. It makes going to the doctor better. It makes going everywhere better. And that is from Regsnick on Apple Podcasts. So thank you so much. That made us all go,
We love that.
Yeah.
I felt bad that we made him go totally insane.
I know. I felt really bad. But hey, that's what happens when you have over 280 something podcast episodes. It's like, that is a very bingeable, if you're into it, like, you know.
That's true.
Like, I appreciate podcasts that have a big catalog, and we certainly do at this point. So we can't take that away from us. Well, let's go ahead and get to some contact information. Where can you be reached all online if people wanted to say hi? Kelly, what about you?
I'm on Twitter X.
Yeah.
Yoda Princess, YODAPRNCSS.
Nathan, what about you?
X, baby. Django FT, that's me.
That's where all the bros goes, on X, dude. Yeah. Extreme social media.
Is that where you have your Mojo Dojo Casa house?
Yeah.
Does Nathan even get that? You still haven't seen Barbie yet.
I just love saying that. That's funny.
All right. Well, the Animanicast, we're on X or whatever, on Instagram and Facebook and Threads. And
what is Freds?
Threads is the
Threads. I thought you said Freds.
Oh, Freds. Ooh, that's
like,
a new one.
Is Fred.
Fred. It's the new social media where just the Freds get together.
You just go to Fred's house. You can meet us there.
And of course, we have a Patreon. You could support us over there, and a YouTube. You can subscribe over there. There's a lot of different ways you can listen to us and have fun. So do all that stuff. Just do it all. Why not? Yeah. Anywho. Let's go ahead and wrap things up. For Nathan and Kelly, this is Joey saying good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
This podcast is not endorsed by Warner Brothers or Amblin Entertainment and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Animaniacs, Tiny Toon Adventures, Freakazoid, the Warner Brothers logo, all names, pictures, and sounds are registered trademarks and or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders. All original content of this podcast is the intellectual property of the Animanicast unless otherwise indicated.
Disqualify him at once.
Oh, Hot Mouse Summer ended before it even started.